You're listening to Where You Live with Gene Sullivan.
Welcome back to Where You Live. I am Gene Sullivan, broadcasting from the True North Painting Studios. The show is brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency, and Extreme Exteriors. You can count on Extreme Exteriors for expert installation of exterior siding, roofing, soffits, fascia decks, windows, and more. With their knowledge and experience, they can design the perfect solution to make your home beautiful and energy efficient, saving you maintenance and money for years to come. Give them a call at 763-441-1334 and tell them Gene sent you. It's time now to hear from the Community Associations Institute. The CAI Minute is brought to you by New Concepts Rental Management. Whether you're an accidental landlord or a seasoned investor, New Concepts Rental Management can advise and guide you through every aspect of the business. Give us a call at 952-922-2500.
Are you a volunteer in your homeowner association? Maybe a residential property manager wanting to increase your industry knowledge and obtain professional credentials in property management. Are you a vendor or professional offering services to homeowners and associations or property managers? If you said yes to any one of those questions, then join the Community Association Institute. The CAI is a great organization, helping you be informed and more proficient in your homeowner association board member or property manager role. It's also a great way to network with potential clients. For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit cai-mn.com to learn more. That's cai-mn.com. The Minnesota chapter of CAI holds monthly managers' luncheons, board member education training, property manager certification training, and much more. It also produces a bi-monthly informative magazine called Minnesota Community Living. Why not join the Community Association Institute today? You can do so online at cai-mn.com and select membership.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about this story of a couple in a homeowner association, 23 units is all, and there was a dispute over the payment. They were sending it to the P.O. box, the designated address of the association. The association did nothing with some of those checks, and they ended up getting back, and now they were starting a lawsuit with the couple, saying that they're not paying their dues. And so a state representative, and I need to clarify, I think I said they were from New Jersey. It's not the state of New Jersey, it's the state of Delaware, Newark, Delaware. And so I want to be specific because if you're going to look this up online, I want to make sure that you get to this particular article. But in any case, the state representative, Melanie George Smith, was saying, I don't think there's really anything that's effective, is what she's saying, in place to resolve such matters. She did acknowledge there is the judicial system, but for some reason, I guess she doesn't think that that is sufficient for being able to resolve disputes. And I would say it's probably a very good system that we have in place. The idea is that everybody's considered innocent until proven guilty. If there's an issue that cannot be worked out between two people civilly amongst themselves, then they do have something in place to be able to get something settled. But that's not good enough for Ms. Smith. She would like to see a new layer of government, an ombudsman office that will deal specifically with homeowner associations. She started and is chief author of a bill, House Bill 308, and she said the ombudsman should have the qualifications of being an attorney, at least with 5 years' experience, so no one who is a newbie, someone who has some experience. He or she would help communities understand their rights and obligations. And I would say, well, couldn't the court system do that? Isn't that the purpose of a judge? Someone who probably has even more experience than just 5 years of legal experience as an attorney. Usually when you're a judge, you're talking about people who become judges in most cases after a long career or a couple decades of practicing law and then go into serving as a judge. I think they have probably a lot more experience by and large, but she thought that that's not enough. So let's start this ombudsman office. She said once it's fully staffed, it should probably cost the state, it's getting close to about the $300,000 mark to begin with. And so already you can see that new taxes are going to have to be raised just to be able to fund this new office and this new level of government. But why is she saying that this needs to happen? Well, listen to this. She wants to really paint a sad story. And Chris, I think we've got the appropriate music, don't we? Yes, I think this is it. Miss Smith was concerned because she said Delawareans deserve so much better than this. Our homes are where our families are. We don't want them to be places so full of stress because of issues you're having in your community. This really is a quality of life issue, and it affects a large majority of Delawareans who live in these communities, whether they're in a townhome or a condo. Well, what do you think about this? She is really trying to paint a sad story here, so full of stress. That almost seems to be the very thing that people want to use as almost a badge of honor. Don't you think so, Chris? I mean, when a lot of people, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I will say hello to someone that I haven't seen. Mm-hmm. And so you say, hi, how are you? The answer is, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And it almost seems to be a way that people used to greet one another now.
Yeah.
That is the thing that everybody is under. Everybody is under stress. And so Miss Smith is saying we need to get rid of stress in people's lives. And I would say, and I'm going to make the case here, that if you have no stress, I don't know that you can grow up to really be a full adult. I really think that. Stop and think about it, listeners. If we have every year in the fall, what's one thing that we're encouraged to get? A flu shot. Well, what is the essence of a flu shot that makes it so good for us so that we won't get the flu? Well, in the flu shot, you have an actual little bit of the actual virus itself in the shot. Because the idea is, in medicine, they found out if you actually have a little bit of that in you, it causes your body to begin to build up an immunity to that virus. So when you get exposed to it later, it knows how to handle it and you don't get the flu. But if you were to take a person away in a sterile environment, completely away from everything, you're not going to help them get better, stronger. They're going to be weaker. So that when something little comes, it's going to be devastating to their health and their ability to combat that. Well, that's the same thing that happens with stress in our life. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want stress. They turn to the government and they say, I'm a victim. I'm a victim here. I can't deal with this. I shouldn't have to deal with it. Take the stress away. And I'm going to state right here now, for those of you listening who feel that you need to have someone take care of something for you, that is the day you've given up your right to your self-determination and your liberty and freedom. We have a wonderful system here, the American way of life. And there is liberty and freedom that we have and that we enjoy. But it means that we have to participate. It means that we have to be involved. What Ms. Smith wants to do is wants to get rid of all stress. And I think that this is where politicians, quite frankly, overstep and overreach what they have the actual authority to do. There's nobody that can do that for you. If there is an issue, if there's something that needs to be resolved, it can be resolved. Now, how can you resolve an issue like this? How do you take care of a dispute? Well, I tell you, I'll talk more about this, but after these messages. So don't go away. You're listening to Where You Live on AM 1280, The Patriot.